Basically, we're a content sharing application for iPhone and Android.
So what does that mean?
It's a good question. A lot of people use those terms. Now, content sharing is very simple. I have a digital life, so I carry all my digital things with me. I'll
Right.
call them things, we'll call them stuff.
Yep.
We ended up coming up with the word beans. So all my files, all my videos, all my photos, anything that belongs to me, even my professional stuff and my personal stuff, all gets beautifully rendered in our application on a shelf. They're all by category, so we have all these different types of content, and that's
Right.
why we had to call them beans. We ran out of, we used to run out of space when we used to speak about this, files, photos, contacts. So we all
Right.
bundled it together and called them beans. So all your web bookmarks, when you're doing research on the web, all that stuff gets amalgamated into your account. Well, the idea basically came up with this concept of traveling all the time and being always on the road, and having, with smartphones the way they are today, isn't it great that you can bring this stuff with you all secure? But it gets better, Sylvie, because on top of the content sharing is where we really live. Can you imagine I can bring up a movie, or I can bring up a wedding album, for instance, and I'm next to a friend or even a stranger, and I want to share that content? How is that done today? It's almost difficult. You have to almost bring up an email client,
Right.
and that's if you can get access by the phone. If not, you got to wait till you get to your laptop at
Right.
home. Well, with Gogobeans, you simply bring up the bean or the photo album. Person on the other end next to you just shakes their phone, and then you shake your phone, and just magically that person's name appears on your screen, and you just select that person, and magically you click on bounce, and that appears in their digital library or
Wow.
their locker. We ran away from the word sharing in that concept, because sharing in the old days, if you remember, I'd show you a photo album, you'd flip through it, but you wouldn't leave with it, right? So we had to come up with a new word, and bounce is the word we chose simply because it's almost like in basketball. You take that content and you bounce it to someone so they get to keep it in their locker as well. You can go back to your bean, and of course we give you a list of all the people that have that content.
Right.
You can go individually and select them and say, I no longer want you to have that content, and you can take it away from them. So at any time, you have that control.